to go through today. So anyone who's not selling on Amazon already, who'd like to get started selling on Amazon, I'm going to go through a couple of the basic things you need to know. So setting up your limited company, your business bank account, your Seller Central account. A couple of the things we're going to go through are some softwares you're going to need. So SellerAmp, Keeper are the main ones. And we're going to briefly run through how to do analysis on some products. We're going to do some sourcing as well. I'm going to show you a couple of different sourcing methods. I'm going to show you how to get ungated as well. So the methodology on how it works, basically. I'm going to explain a little bit about the program that I run. So we run Seller University, and we're going to do a Q&A at the end. So everyone put a 1 in the chat if you're ready to start.
So you want to switch the audio source to your webcam.
Is it bad? Are we ready? Everyone's replying, so we'll just crack on, I think. Inshallah, bismillah. Right, okay. Okay, so the first slide is a little bit about myself. So I've actually been selling online for over 10 years. I've done various different side hustles whilst I was working full-time. I was in the telecommunication industry for 12 years. I left last month to do Amazon full-time. Over the years, I tried loads of different side hustles. Did crypto, we did Forex, we sold on StockX, we did eBay. So many different things, but the only thing that has really stuck is Amazon FBA. And we've been doing Amazon FBA for over 3 years now. Alhamdulillah, it's been really good for us. We've been really successful. As I said, I've gone full-time last month. So yeah, here's a couple of the figures just to show you that I'm not just some guru online. But yeah, here on eBay, that was a 90-day total, 42,000. This was during COVID. This was StockX. We did £34,000 in revenue on StockX. That was literally just reselling trainers. And on Amazon, we've got our lifetime results. We've done 1.3 million and 15% margin, over £200,000 of profit. £100,000 was actually just last year. And the craziest thing about this is that we actually did this whilst working full time. And yeah, within my Amazon business as well, we've done various different models. So we've tried retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, wholesale, brand direct, unique bundles, private label. We've tried it all, right? So I basically can mentor people and teach people exactly how to get started in the best way possible. And yeah. A couple of the things that we have come across were we had some account suspensions. I've actually been suspended twice on Amazon. One whilst doing the FBM model back in 2016, and once in 2022 we made a really stupid mistake and we got suspended for 2 months. We actually had nearly £15,000 worth of product stuck in Amazon. So yeah, if you're struggling with account suspensions, or if that's something you're worrying about, I've got a lot of experience in that field. And yeah, just the last one here. I didn't actually go to university at 18. I started working full time in the telecommunication industry, and without going to university, I managed to make £100,000 as a side hustle. So with the right knowledge and the right strategies, it's completely possible. Okay, so why Amazon FBA? So the brilliant thing about Amazon FBA is that they do all the hard work for you. So Amazon store the products. Once the item sells, Amazon will do the pick, packing, and shipping for you. So the biggest problem we had with our eBay store is that everything we sold on eBay, we had to store ourselves, and we had to pick, pack, and ship it. So we'd have to go to the post office. At that time, we were selling hot tubs as well. So we had really heavy items getting collected. It was an absolute pain, right? So eBay does work, but the only problem is when you try to scale, you need a massive warehouse, you need to store products. With Amazon FBA, you can have a huge store, and you can leverage Amazon's fulfillment centers to store the products for you, and the Amazon workers will do all the work for you. So all you have to do is source the items, get them to your home or to your office or your unit, and then send this to bulk to Amazon. And yeah, because obviously we're using Amazon's fulfillment centers, we can work from home. So we can get our products delivered to our house. We can manage our own hours. We can work from anywhere realistically. I mean, you can even scale and use prep centers to actually get the products delivered to prep centers and get them to send it to Amazon for you. So theoretically, you can work anywhere in the world. And the other brilliant thing is that there's levels to Amazon. So you can start small. You can start with £500. You can do retail arbitrage. You can do online arbitrage. We started with about £5,000. Or if you've got money and you've got money to invest in a brand and you want to do you want to start TikTok Shop and Amazon FBA and Shopify and you want to do all these things and you've got a massive budget, then absolutely you can do that also.
Switch to the audio source. Switch to the.
Can't change it. Yeah, I can't change the audio source, guys.
Just turn the gain down with the mic.
Okay. Right, is that a little bit better? Does that sound better? If anyone wants to join the YouTube live, just drop me a DM and I'll send you the link. It's not that bad. Okay, right.
Yeah, it's better now.
Is it better? I think the gain was too high. Right, no problem. Back onto it. So yeah, let's move on to the next slide. Let's go. So is it too late to start? So the number one question I get asked is Amazon saturated? And you know what's funny? When I started Amazon FBA in 2021, people were telling me the same thing. Amazon FBA is too saturated. But the reality is that Amazon keeps growing year on year, and it's still the number one e-commerce platform in the world. So yeah, is there a lot of sellers on the platform? Yeah, but is there a potential to make sales? Absolutely. And what I've seen as well is anyone who's kind of put investment into Amazon FBA, they've typically seen a 200% return on their investment in a year. Obviously, this may vary, it might be slightly higher, slightly lower, but yeah. And the other thing is that it's low risk, it's tested, and it's a stable business model. It's been going on for many years through COVID, through the ups and downs, and it's still here. I mean, just have a look at all these different business models. For example, NFTs. Once upon a time, NFTs were absolutely the best thing in the world. Now look at NFTs; they're not doing anything. Amazon FBA has run through everything, and it's continuously growing. Okay, so let's compare Amazon FBA to other business models. So 90% of UK households use Amazon, and 40% of them have Prime memberships. And Amazon actually handles 30% of all e-commerce sales globally, and 60% of everything that is sold on Amazon is actually by third-party sellers like me and you. And the craziest thing about it is to have a Seller Central account, it only costs £30 per month. You don't have to pay no expensive monthly fees or anything like that. And if we compare it to, for example, I don't know, Airbnb, you've got high startup costs, low margins. If you do drop shipping, you could spend thousands of pounds on ads and not even make a single sale. With crypto, high volatility and risk, you could put thousands of pounds into crypto and it can just go to zero overnight. And the good thing is Amazon FBA is balanced, it's scalable, and it's reliable with, especially when you do private label, you can have 30 to 50% margins. So yeah, has anyone got any questions on Amazon FBA, or does anyone think I've missed anything out before we move on to the next slide?
One of the questions was how would that 200% work in monetary terms?
Cool. So if you're doing reselling and you buy a product, right, you typically buy a product at about 30 to 50% return on investment. And typically when you buy something, it takes max around 8 weeks to sell. And if we do this and we compound this, it works out to around 200% annual returns. Does that make sense? Awesome Box? Sounds good. Will this be uploaded to YouTube as the first part? Yes, it will be uploaded. Courtney, if you want to, what I'll do, I'll send the link out on the email list. So if you want to subscribe, just go on www.selleruniversity.co.uk, register your email, and I'll send the link out if you've missed anything. Right, one's in the chat if we're ready to move forward. Dayob, TW, Muhammad, A, Fahad, Courtney, Clip Frenzy. Lovely, let's go. Right, so the first thing you're going to do, you're going to need a legal entity, right? So you're either going to be a sole trader or limited company. For the majority of you, you're going to be setting up as a limited company. The only reason I would say you will set up as a sole trader is if you've got very small investment, you may be not working full time, and yeah, that's probably the only reason why you set up as a sole trader. But for everyone else, you want to set up as a limited company. There's also complications. If you set up as a sole trader and you want to scale and you want to get VAT registered, then doing a legal entity change is possible, but it can come with complications. Also, what you'll find is when you do a legal entity change, you will find that you will have a bit of downtime in your sales. But yeah, has anyone got any questions with regards to setting up a limited company? At the start, you won't need an accountant, but as you file your first year tax returns, you will need an accountant. So yeah, that's just something to note as well. And the thing with Amazon FBA, everything is going to be online. Everything is tracked through your bank. So it's not like you can't declare anything. So yeah, any questions on that?
It's not the bin that we do.
Brilliant. Right, so I think enough for the presentation for now. I'm just going to give you a brief how to set up your Seller Central, your limited company, your business bank account, and I'll just show you the different websites to do it. So the first thing you want to do if you want to set up a limited company, the cheapest way to do it is through Tide. So if you're setting up a limited company through Company's House, they actually charge you £50, and if we do it through Tide, it's only going to be £14.99. So yeah, what you'll need to do is you'll need to choose a company name. I would just chuck some ideas into ChatGPT or something. Just something to note when you're choosing a company name. Make sure you've got nothing to do with reselling on there. Make sure it's quite generic. If it's a made-up word, then that's absolutely fine as well. And yeah, once you've done this, typically takes around 48 hours. What Tide will do is they'll send your documents through email, and you'll need them documents when you create your Seller Central account. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Adam. Cool. So once your company is set up, we're going to need a business bank account. Tide do offer a business bank account. However, I've got experience with Revolut. I've been working with Revolut Business for the past 5 years. They're really easy to use. They're free. You can use it online. They've got an app. You can get physical cards. You can get virtual cards. If you get a virtual assistant in the future, or you've got staff in the future, you can give them virtual cards as well. So yeah, absolutely stand by Revolut Business. I recommend Revolut Business to anyone who's looking to start their online business. Right, so once you've got your company and your business account set up, I found it hard setting them up as they don't accept virtual offices. Okay, that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, so one of the things you can do with Tide is you can create your company on a virtual address. And if you are doing that, someone's just said in chat that if you create a business bank account, it can become difficult if you use a virtual address. So that's something to keep in mind. Thanks for that, proof of address. Yeah, Revolut do ask why you are selling on the platform, or ask for some proof of what kind of platform you're selling on, what kind of products you sell. But yeah, thanks for that, Right, so once you've got that ready, you're going to go to the once you've got that ready, you're going to go on the amazon.co.uk website and you're going to click start selling on Amazon. So what you'll need here, you'll need some ID. So you'll need either your passport or driving license. You will need your company information, which will be sent to your own email by Tide if you've created it through Tide. And then you'll need some kind of proof of address. So you're going to need some kind of bank statements or some utility bills. And yeah, once you've done that, Amazon may ask for a video verification. And once your video verification has gone through, you are ready to start selling on Amazon. So there's a couple of things you need to do once you've got your Seller Central account. There's a couple of settings you want to change actually. So first thing you want to do is, if you're a new seller, you want to turn off all the other marketplaces. So if you're in the UK, you want to be selling in the marketplace you're living in, and selling in other countries can become quite problemsome. Other countries have different compliances. So to make it easy, right, we're going to just be selling on the UK marketplace. So we're going to turn all the other marketplaces on holiday mode. To get to this setting on Amazon, you're going to go on your Seller Central homepage. There's a cog setting in the top right hand corner. You're going to click that and you're going to click on info. Can I use a driving license? Yes, you can. You cannot create multiple accounts. So that's a very good question. Yeah, so when you create your Seller Central account, it's going to be £30 per month, and that is a professional account. When you are creating your account, you automatically get signed up on a professional account. You can downgrade to an individual account, but I wouldn't recommend to do so because you will most probably be selling more than 30 units per month. Josefa, so because you created multiple accounts, that's why Amazon are declining you. So what you need to do is find out the first Seller Central account you made and try to reactivate that. Can we set up an yes, so you can absolutely use Lloyd's, NatWest. So yeah, if you're already banking with someone like that, you can set up a business bank account with them. So yeah, that's completely fine. Right, so the other setting on your Seller Central website you're going to change is first, to get to this page, you need to go on the cogs icon again, and then we're going to go on fulfillment by Amazon. You're going to scroll down and we're going to change the FBA product barcode preference, and you're going to change this to Amazon barcode. The reason why we're going to change this to Amazon barcode is because if we're using the manufacturer's barcode, what happens is your stock gets mixed up with other people's stock in the Amazon's fulfillment centers, and it could happen. Maybe another seller selling a dodgy item or a fake item or so, and your stock gets mixed up with them. That's not something that you want, right? And what you want is your SKU labels to be on every single product you sell. That means every product you send to Amazon is going to be unique to your store. Would you so someone's asking, would you recommend making a new email for the sake of the business? 100%. I definitely recommend making a new email for your business. If you can actually create a domain email, so if you use something like Google Workspace to do this and get a domain and then create an email like we've got learn@selleruniversity.co.uk, that's going to be absolutely crucial when you're registering for wholesalers, when you're doing brand direct, when you're speaking to suppliers. It's going to look a lot more professional. So everything you send to Amazon, you need to put a barcode on there. So that barcode will make sure that each product is unique to your store. Does that make sense? So 10 sellers might send in the same product, but every SKU they can download from their inventory will be unique to their store. How do I get to this page? So you go on your Seller Central homepage, you go to the cog icon on the top right hand corner, and you click on Fulfillment by Amazon, and then it will show all these settings there. The reason why I'm not showing it on camera is because it's going to give away my store name, and I don't really want to do that on the live. That's why the screenshots. I usually just put the SKU labels on my product and sell it. Yep, so you're absolutely doing it correct. So the way that you create the SKU labels is you add a product to your inventory, and then you have the ability to create a SKU label. Correct. That is right, TW Automotive. Do I have to pay VAT for this account? So that's a good question, right? So when you're starting a business, you don't need to get VAT registered if you're in the UK unless you've done £90,000 in revenue in a 12-month period. And this 12-month period is a rolling period. So as long as you're under the VAT threshold, which is £90,000, you won't need to get VAT registered. And I would recommend that you do not get VAT registered unless you have to, unless you surpass the threshold. Okay, cool. So let's move on to the next setting. So the next setting is going to be automated unfulfillable settings. So what this means is if for whatever case your product gets lost in the fulfillment center, or it gets damaged, or a customer returns an item, what actually happens to this item? So we're going to enable this. And the first thing we're going to take is furbishment. So furbishment, basically, if there's a box slightly damaged, they'll just tape it up and they'll add it back into your inventory. If there's a case where the product is slightly damaged, what they'll do, they'll sell it as new, used like new, and you can sell it for 5% cheaper. This is actually better than actually recalling the item yourself and then selling it on another platform. What I've done over here is going to ask you to put the percentages in. I've just dropped 5% for each different category. And the other one over here is liquidations. We're actually going to turn liquidations off. The reason why we're going to turn liquidations off is because when Amazon liquidate a product, they only give you a very small percentage of the sale price for that product. They're only going to give you around 5 to 10%. And we can actually sell items on another platform, for example, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, or we can use the item and actually make a lot more money. So I'm just going to give you an example of where a company had liquidations on and they lost thousands of pounds worth of inventory. So I'm just going to read this out. Approximately 1 month ago, Amazon pulled a vast number of assets due to safety concerns. We provided them required documentation, and all the assets were promptly reinstated. After the reinstatement, thousands of units got stuck in unfulfillable status and have automatically passed the 30-day period of inactivity, whereby Amazon have created a liquidation order. We have attempted to cancel the order. We have attempted to change to a removal order with no success. And Amazon are now selling off thousands of pounds worth of perfectly good stock for pennies. So this is one of the reasons why you definitely want to turn liquidations off. So yeah, put ones in the chat if everyone understands all the settings I've just mentioned, and then we'll move on to the next step, which is going to be product analysis. So if you're creating your Seller Central account, can you start as an individual account and then go to a business account? You can do this, Yasser. So what typically happens if you start to sell on an individual account as like a person, like not as a business, once you hit a certain amount of revenue, Amazon will ask, look, your revenue is too high for an individual account. Can you please provide some business details? So in order to stop this, in order to avoid any complications, what we want to do is we want to set up as a business account from day one. But yeah, you can change. All you need to do, Yasser, is go into your settings and do a legal entity change. There is no limit on how long Amazon will store an item. It's not only 30 days. When it surpasses 30 days, they will charge you storage fees.
Can you switch over to the previous tab? The liquidation tabs?
So to get on the liquidation settings, you go on your Seller Central homepage, go to the top right-hand corner and you click on the cogs icon. That will give you a drop-down box, and you click on Fulfillment by Amazon, and then you will see liquidation settings on there. How long is the webinar? The webinar should last for another half an hour to 45 minutes. Yep, I'm back on the liquidation page. If anyone wants to look at this page, just take a screenshot. So that's a great question, Codex. So your storage fees are actually very minimal. So I'll just give you an example. We've got around £47,000 worth of inventory in Amazon at the moment, and our storage fees for the month were about £300. So it's like less than 0.1%. Like it's so minimal. Like it won't make a difference to your margins at all. Should we include in VAT and revenue calculator? So if you're a new seller, you will put VAT as 0 in the in the revenue calculator. So if you register your business through Tide, you do not have to register through Company's House. Tide will do it for you. Is there specific ways? So we're going to cover sourcing products in the next couple of slides. It's going to be based on the size of the product. So the way that Amazon calculate storage is based on the size. Storage fee is per item, but they only charge you storage fee when it's stored longer than a month. Right, I think everyone's happy. We're going to move on to the next slide. Right, so the next step is how to do product analysis. Right, so the first software we're going to use is SellerAmp. SellerAmp is an analysis tool for sourcing. Right, so if we were to source without using tools, it's going to be very difficult. What SellerAmp does, it makes it really easy to source products, and it makes it very fast as well. And the way that you do this is that they've got 3 ways that you can use SellerAmp. So you've got the Chrome extension. So what you can do, you can right click anything. So we can right click this and we can search it on SellerAmp, and it's going to show us that product on Amazon. So yeah, definitely use this. They've also got the web app, which I'll show you. And you also have the mobile app. So the mobile app, you've probably seen people scanning products in supermarkets and stuff. So that's where the mobile app comes very handy. You can scan any product and it'll show you it's that product on Amazon. So they've got a free trial for SellerAmp. What I'll do is I'll stick it in the chat, and also the links for everything is going to be on the Discord server. So yeah, so the other tool that we're going to use for analysis, which is like this tool. So there's 2 softwares that we use for analysis. It's SellerAmp and Keeper. So SellerAmp basically gives us a snapshot of what's going on. Keeper gives us a little bit of a deeper analysis, right? And the other thing with Keeper is that they've got a premium feature where you can use the Keeper product finder. So Keeper product finder is basically Amazon's database of products. We can put filters in there and we can search any product. So that's one of the main sourcing methods my VAs use to source in our business. So yeah, so these tools, the SellerAmp has a free 14-day trial. It's going to cost you around £15 per month, and Keeper is around £15 a month. So it's going to cost you around £30 a month for both tools. But they are absolutely necessary if you want to start an Amazon FBA business. So someone's asking, can we slow feed? Well, yeah, you can absolutely slow feed stock into the Amazon fulfillment center if you are worried about storage fees. But to be honest, it's probably going to cost you more to store the items yourself than let Amazon do it for you. Like storage places like these are absolute fortune. But yeah, does everyone understand SellerAmp and Keeper, what they are? I'm going to explain exactly how they work now. If everyone's happy, stick a 1 in the chat and we'll move on, and I'll show you exactly how to use these softwares for product analysis. So Keeper is an analysis tool, and they've also got a database of all the Amazon products. Keeper an app too. Keeper is not an app. The primary use for Keeper is a Chrome extension, so also get the Chrome extension. I'm going to show you exactly what Keeper looks like on the Amazon website. Also, Riz, message me. I'll send you the YouTube link. Do we need both? Yes, Dave, I would recommend both analysis tools. So Keeper, just go on keeper.com. I think Adam's going to stick it in the chat. Adam, can you get the Keeper link from Discord? Yeah, so
Custom link in Discord.
they're all custom links in the Discord. Right. Everyone happy? Shall we move on? I think we need to move a little bit quicker because we're running short on time. How much would you need to get started? That is absolutely a brilliant question. Yeah, so but before we move on to analysis, let's just have a brief conversation about how much money you actually need to start your Amazon business. Why do we need both? So Lucas, SellerAmp gives you a snapshot of what's going on. Keeper gives you a deeper analysis. So that's why I'd recommend both. You have to put, yes, you have to pay for them. It costs around £30 per month. So yeah, how much you need to get started? You can start doing arbitrage with about £500 a month. What arbitrage is basically buying products from retailers and selling them on Amazon. So a much smaller investment. You can start. I would recommend at least £3,000 to start an Amazon FBA business. The reason is because it's going to give you enough profit to kind of pay for your softwares and to scale a little bit faster and to get virtual assistants. So that's why I recommend around £3,000. If you start with £500 and you put more money in as you start to grow, absolutely you can do that. How much a month does a product need to make you pay? So the way that we run our Amazon business is that we focus on spend per week. So we don't necessarily look at a single product, right? So our strategy with selling on Amazon is we go very wide. We want to buy a wide range of different products. So you got to think of your Amazon store like a physical store. You want to have as many different items in your store as possible. I'm talking about reselling, by the way. And if you do that, you're going to have, number one, you're going to have more consistent sales, and you're also going to have higher margins typically, because if you're focusing on 10 items that are really fast selling, what happens is anything that's really fast selling is going to be very competitive. And what happens with the price on competitive items are it goes up and down and up and down. If you go for a wide range of products, you can actually go for slower selling products. And because you're going for slightly slower selling products and you're focusing on going wide and getting a lot of different products, your margins are typically higher. So a virtual assistant is basically an assistant in another country. Typically, it costs around £300 to £350 per month to hire a virtual assistant. But what we'll do is save that question for the Q&A at the end, and I'll explain a bit more about what virtual assistants do. But in the meantime, let's do some analysis. Okay, so the first product we're going to look at, I'm just going to look at this Lego product, right? And the reason why I'm going to show a Lego product at the beginning is because what happens is when you first start to sell on Amazon, you're going to be gated. So what gated means is that Amazon are going to restrict you from selling certain brands. And what we need to do, we need to prove to Amazon that we're buying these branded items from a legitimate source. So first of all, I'm just going to show you this Lego. So we need to buy 10 units of this Lego product to prove that Amazon that we can sell this product. The reason why I'm saying that we're gated is because the eligibility is no, right? So yeah, I think before we move on to getting ungated, let me just show you quickly what SellerAmp looks like. So this is what the SellerAmp extension looks like. So if you look on my screen here on the right, we can see Lego. So we've got the title. It's by Lego. It's in the toy and games category, and we've got the reviews there. 907 reviews, 4.5 star. And we've got the ASIN. ASIN is basically Amazon's product identifier. So you'll probably hear Amazon sellers talking about ASINs. They're talking about different products. Every single product on Amazon has an ASIN and it's unique. So that's something to keep in mind. Your EAN is basically the barcode of the product. So when you look at the back of the product, the numbers on the bottom are going to correspond to the EAN. And then we've got a couple of boxes over here. This is going to show the dimensions. This is going to show the description. This will take you to the Amazon page. This will Google search the title, and this will show seller amp on a large screen. Cool. And then the quick info over here, eligibility is no. So this is because we're gated. I'm going to show you how to get ungated in a second. The alerts. So we're going to go through a couple of different alerts as well. But on this item, no alerts. Absolutely brilliant. BSR means bestseller rank. So the lower the rank, the better. So this is in the 1%. So it's the 1% fastest selling product in the toys and games category, which is good. Anything that's in the 1%, 2% is pretty much decent. Estimated sales is 2,000 per month. So we know this is very fast selling. So yeah, max cost means what price can we buy this at to make sure we are hitting our criteria. So this is just a generic kind of guide to see how much shall I actually buy this for. As we can see, I put £10 in here. It's still going to make us profit. But if we put 9, everything's going to come as green, as an example. Profit obviously speaks for itself. Profit margin is the percentage of the sale price of profit. ROI is the money you're going to be making from the cost of goods you put in. So if you're making £3.61 of £9 cost, that works out to a 40% return on investment. And break even means what price do I need to sell it to break even? Very simple. And the offer summary tells us there's Amazon on the listing, there's 11 FBA sellers, and there's 34 FBM sellers. VAT settings, because you're a new seller, you're probably going to have this as not registered. Once you get VAT registered, you can look at that later on. Cool. Let's have a look at some ranks. Oh, before we do that, let's look at Google Sheets. So Seller App is really good in the sense that when you're buying products, you can quickly categorize them. So if you're sourcing and you're looking to buy product, you can press buy sheet, and it's going to add everything you need to know onto the buy sheet, so you can track everything you're spending. FBM means fulfillment by merchant. FBA is fulfillment by Amazon. Cool. So yeah, BSR top 1%. Buy box is at $19.99. So let me just explain to you quickly what the buy box is. So the buy box is basically these orange buttons over here. What will happen is Amazon will use an algorithm to rotate the buy box between sellers on the listing. I'll show you there's actually a percentage that we can see. So we'll actually look at the keeper buy box statistics over here. So we can see on this particular listing that Amazon are on the buy box 83% of the time, and we can see the other two sellers have only actually won a small percentage of the buy box. So if I was actually going to buy this listing, although it looks really good and it's fast selling, because Amazon are not sharing the buy box, we'd probably avoid this item. Okay, cool. So FBA sellers, there's 6 sellers on the listing. FBM sellers 34, same as before. BSR drops. So BSR drops basically means the green line, every time it drops, it counts as a BSR drops. You'll be able to see this better on slower selling items. I think I've got some examples coming up. Okay, so Seller Toolkit. Seller Toolkit is a profit tracking software. If you've got this software, you can link this to Seller Amp. Works absolutely brilliant. Profit calculator. Let me just break down exactly how much Amazon charge for everything you sell. So there's 2 main fees associated with FBA. The first one is the referral fee. So the referral fee is basically going to be a percentage of the sale price. In this case, it's going to be 15%. And the fulfillment fee is going to be based on the size of the product and the weight of the product. In this case, it's actually a small parcel, and that's going to be $2.99. There's a couple of other fees over here. Closing fee we don't need. Storage fee, we've got it set at 0 months. If we put this to 1 month, it's actually 8p. So that actually shows how small the storage fees are. Prep fee, we prep everything in-house, so we don't really have a prep fee. Inbound shipping means how much is it actually going to cost to send this product to Amazon. And in this case, what I've got my settings are on Seller Amp is we've done it on weight. So typically you send a 23 kg box to Amazon and it costs around £4.50. So it works around 20p per kg. So because this item is very light, it's only going to cost us about 4p to send to Amazon. And the digital services fee which is 12p. And yeah, VAT on fees. So all the fees over here, you're going to be paying VAT on them. When you're VAT registered, you'll be able to claim this back. And the profit margin is obviously the profit margin, and that's the estimated payout after fees. So that's what you're going to get into your bank account. So you're going to get your cost of goods and the profit back. Amazon are going to take the fees off before they pay you. Okay, cool. So yeah, we can see there's an alert on here and it's saying Ungate, right? So what we need to do, we need to find 10 units of a Lego product. It doesn't necessarily have to be this product, but we need to look for a product that's Lego branded, that sells on Amazon, but we can buy 10 units for cheap. And once we are ungated in the Lego category, we'll be able to sell any Lego product. So I think the easiest way to do this is we're going to go on the Lego website. I've already prepared it. So I typed in Lego keyring and we went look for the cheapest one. And we found this keyring over here. It's actually $2.99 and it sells for $5.99 on Amazon. It doesn't sell very fast, as we can see. It's only 5 sales per month, but this is a good investment. It's going to be £30 to get ungated on anything on we sell on Lego, right? So if we sell Lego in a year's time, or if we sell Lego in 2 years' time, you've got to call it a £30 investment to sell any Lego product in the future. Absolutely brilliant. Lego is probably one of the biggest sellers, especially in Q4. And especially if you're doing retail arbitrage, you're going to be finding tons of Lego products. So this is definitely an Ungate I recommend. Cool. So once you bought 10 units of this from Lego, Lego are going to send you an invoice. You're going to upload this invoice to Amazon. When you're doing an Ungate, you need to make sure that your business address is exactly that on the billing address. Otherwise, Amazon will decline your Ungating application. Cool. Right. So that's a brief description on Ungating. Do we have to sell 10 units to become ungated in each category? So a lot of major big brands will be gated. Not everything's gated, right? And there's only one category. So that's brands, right? So there's 2 different ungating you can do. You can do a brand ungate and you can do a category ungate. The only category you're going to be ungated on is grocery. And how to get ungated on that? You can buy like rainbow drops on Harrison's, for example. How do you do the ungating applications? Yeah, so all you have to do is click on manual ungate here and it opens up the page. So SellerAmp makes it really easy for us to do so, and it opens up the page for us. Right, we are very tight on time, so I'm going to move as fast as possible. This will be recorded, so you can repeat. Yeah, so if you're trying to get ungated, you need to make sure that your business address is exactly that on Amazon's system, basically. So if you're checking out on Lego, make sure your business address is exactly the information that's on the Amazon Seller Central website. Lego only Amazon limit 5. So I'm pretty sure you can buy 10 of these keyrings. Let's have a look. Okay. So yeah, probably have to buy 2 different items of Lego, or what you can do is make 2 orders and use both invoices. So you can do that also. Right, moving forward. Right, I'm gonna quickly explain what BSR is and BSR drops. So every time an item sells, the rank drops. So as we can see here, if we look at this listing, this has got 2 drops in the past 30 days. So that means someone has bought 2 of these items in the past 30 days. So we can see here the BSR was 150,000, and then it dropped to 60,000 when they make a sale. Then they didn't make a sale. The BSR slowly crept up, and when another sale was made, then it went back down to 60k. So that's a brief explanation what BSR is. There is so much more to it, but time permitting. Right. I'm going to give you some examples of some alerts on SellerAmp. So stuff you really need to avoid. So if you get a PL alert, PL stands for private label. Anything that is private label, you want to avoid selling on Amazon. So the brand doesn't actually want third-party sellers to sell this item. So if you get an alert, make sure you do your research. And a good way to kind of work out if it's an actual private label item is to look at the price history on Keeper, and then go on offer count over here, and we can see that the offer count is only 1 and 2. So typically, if it's a listing where it's not PL, like this Lego one, right? Where's it gone? There we can see that the offer count is up and down. There's 30 offers there, there's 11 offers there. So there's quite a lot of sellers on and off the listing. Whereas when we look at this, it's always 1 seller or 2 sellers. So it's something we're going to avoid. The next alert we're going to look at is IP. So IP is a must to avoid, especially for new sellers. If what IP is intellectual property. So this is where the brand tells Amazon that you're either selling a fake item or you're buying it from unauthorized sellers. And if a brand complains that you're selling an item that you're not supposed to, it can lead to account suspension. So anything that's got an IP alert, definitely avoid. Cool. The next one over here is DG. DG stands for dangerous goods. So anything that's dangerous to ship, like perfumes, nail varnishes, Amazon will not allow you to use their in-house services to ship them to Amazon. So what we need to do is, in order to sell DG products, we need to enroll on the dangerous goods program. The way that we're going to do this, so if we wanted to sell a perfume line, I'm already on the dangerous goods program. So let me just show you some screenshots on how to do so. You're going to go on your Seller Central homepage, you're going to type in dangerous goods, and it's going to open this page, and we're going to enroll on the FBA dangerous goods program and press next. Simple as that. And then your application should get accepted within 48 hours, and then you'll be able to sell any kind of perfumes, any kind of nail varnishes. The only difference with dangerous goods products compared to normal products is that with normal products, you can use Amazon's partnered carriers to send this to Amazon. With dangerous goods products, you have to arrange your own delivery to Amazon, which is not a problem. We use either Royal Mail or Parcel Force to do this. It is slightly more expensive, but dangerous goods products have less sellers, less competition, so higher margins. Can I apply with no sales? Yes, absolutely, you can do. Right, so the other product here is actually got plenty of alerts on. Let me just explain a few of these alerts, right? So if you're on the dangerous goods program, there still may be some items that you may not be able to sell, and they'll be categorized as hazmat. So hazmat means you cannot store these products in the Amazon's fulfillment centers. So as you can see, the only sellers on this listing are FBM sellers. There's no FBA sellers on this listing. So that's just something to keep in mind. So you wouldn't buy this product to sell with FBA. I mean, you could FBM it. But yeah, because it's got the H logo on here, which is hazmat, definitely something to avoid. There's also another logo in red there, UF. So UF, what that means is, because no one's ever sent this product for FBA, Amazon doesn't actually know the dimensions of this product. So yeah, that's another red flag as well. Anything that's got UF, I probably won't send for FBA, or you probably won't be able to send for FBA. How do I want this? Just curious. So I'm going to go over that in a second, Lucas. Bear with me, yeah? Okay, so let me show you an example of a good product to buy. So we recently just found this Ninja air fryer. It's actually selling over 50 times per month. There's 5 sellers on the listing. It's going to give us £21 per profit. And the way that I actually found this product was from a retailer. So everyone's heard of Very, right? So yeah, just doing some basic analysis over here. So we can see it's Ninja. The brand over here is Ninja. Sometimes what you might find is the actual brand here is generic, or it doesn't actually match the brand on the titles. That's just something to keep an eye on. It's selling over 50 times per month. It's a good price. Let's have a look at the price history. Price history looks fairly decent. Break-even price is £92, and it's always been above £92, so that's okay. Over the past 3 months, it's been selling pretty well. We can see the BSI is decent. Over the past 30 days, we can see that it's actually sold 50 units per month consecutively, which is brilliant. And yeah, so we actually saw this in Very. So Very is selling this for £69, but they've actually got a 20% extra code off on there. So that actually gives us a cost of £55, which actually gives us £25 per profit. So this is actually a good item. But as you can see, there's actually an alert on here. So this alert is standard oversize. So what that means is it's actually a large item. So what you'll find is anything that's got this alert with standard oversize, you won't be able to send with your normal inventory. You'll have to send these separately, which is not a problem because in this case, this is a higher ticket item. So even if it does cost us a couple of pounds to send this to Amazon, it's still going to be worth it. We're still going to have enough profit, enough margins. So yeah, as I said, I actually found this on Very, but we actually saw this deal on Hot UK Deals. So one of the sourcing methods is actually browsing through Hot UK Deals and having a look at what members have posted. Yeah, it does take time. Sourcing is generally going to take time anyways. So yeah, this is one very good sourcing method, especially if you're a beginner and you don't really know how some of the softwares work, like Keeper Product Finder or Storefront Stalking. This is a great way to start and to kind of get a bit of experience on how to do sourcing. And Hot UK Deals is absolutely free as well. That's just something to mention. And yeah, so I think I just mentioned something there, storefront stalking. So that's another sourcing method, right? So what we can actually do is we can use SellerAmp to look at other people's storefronts. And I was actually looking at a storefront earlier on, and we found this item. This is a Liz Earle skincare routine. So what we're going to do over here, we're going to actually open this up. And we're going to quickly search Google, right, and see if we can find this product. And first thing I can see is Lizzo glowing hydrating set, boots £38. Brilliant. Okay, so £38. Okay, let's put that in there. What's the actual FBA sale price over here? So it's £64, and let's put £38 over here. So that's actually going to give us an £8 profit, and it sells 50 times per month. That's really good. That the return on investment is a little bit low, but because it's a higher ticket item, I don't actually mind. And there's only one seller on this listing. That's interesting. However, there is a PL alert. So let me just have a look at that. I just want to make sure it's actually Liz Earle on the listing. Yeah, it is. So the brand is actually Liz Earle over here. So maybe because it's showing PL because it's a new item. Yeah, absolutely. The listing's only been open for 65 days. That's why it's showing as PL. But this is an example of a really good way to source products. Actually looking at what other people are selling. So yeah, we've actually sold Liz Earle in the past, so we know that this is not a private label product. So that alert is just an indication, but is actually incorrect. But this is actually a really good product to buy. And yeah, I've absolutely flown through that. We are very short on time. We probably only got about 15 to 20 minutes left. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back on the slides. I know I've gone really fast. ROI means return on investment. Right, guys, just save your questions for the Q&A. I'm just going to go through one more slide and then we'll move on from there. Cool. So I've gone through as fast as possible some of the things that we cover in our mentoring. So yeah, we've got what we do in our mentoring program by Seller University is we have step-by-step training like this. So each module has different training. So everything's recorded in bite-sized chunks. So for example, if you wanted to do different sourcing methods, everything's there. This is what I've just showed you today is literally just a drop in the ocean, right? And there's so much more to learn. And this is literally just some of the basic sourcing methods. There's so many different sourcing methods out there, and we cover a multitude of different ones. And this is basically arbitrage as well. We cover wholesale. We've got some brand direct sourcing. We've got unique bundles that we teach on there. And yeah, another thing, apart from the learning, so we've got all the learning on there. We've got 5 modules. We teach you everything from scratch on how to scale to 6 to 7 figures. We actually supply you products to get started. So the hardest thing is obviously sourcing, which I've just showed you, which seems very complicated, I understand. So what I do is I actually sell you products. So on the shelves behind me, you can see all of them are actually products for students that we sell to. And this basically helps us achieve your goal of making sales within 30 days. And the other thing we have is that we've got our students community. So all the students are in a group together. We all bounce off each other. We all help each other. We also have a weekly coaching call. Everyone jumps on the weekly coaching calls. Amazon is forever changing. There's always new policies. There's always new things to look out for. So having an up-to-date guide on people helping each other, sharing their challenges, asking me anything, resolving issues, absolutely brilliant. And probably the best thing about it is that you have one-to-one communication with myself. So I've been selling for numerous years. Everyone knows me on Discord, on TikTok. I reply to messages pretty much straight away. And yeah, that's basically what the mentorship covers. If you'd like to know more, the link is in the bio, and the link is in the chat. And yeah, so I've got a challenge for anyone watching right now. If anyone's not started Amazon yet and they'd love to start Amazon, if you set up your limited company, your business bank account, and your Seller Central account, and if you send me a screenshot or you just send me some kind of proof that you've done this, what I will do, I'll send you some free products to buy. So we've got 3 VAs in our business, which is assistants that source for us full time, and we'll send you some products to help you get started, to help you make sales for absolutely free. There's no charge for this. And yeah, I challenge anyone who's watching to start their Amazon FBA journey. So all you have to do, as I said, send me a screenshot by the end of the month, which is Friday, and I'll send you some free products. And that leads us on to the Q&A. So if anyone's got any questions on YouTube and TikTok, I'm happy to answer. We've got around 15 minutes, and then we'll call it. Also to mention, by the way, the actual mentoring ends at the end of this month, so we won't be taking on anyone at this price next month. So that's just something to keep in mind, and it's going to be on a first come first served basis, and we've only got limited slots. There's also some payment options on there, so just have a look. If you've got any questions or you want to learn more, you can book a call with myself. We'll have a chat. I can give you some free consultation. I could help you start your Amazon FBA business. If you want to join the mentor, you've just got a bit more questions, I can answer them on there as well. What's the price for the mentor? The mentoring is £997. There are payment options, so you can split the payments over 3 months. How many people have you mentored? What have the results been like? We've mentored one-to-one around 30 students. One of my best students I mentored a few years ago, Yasin, he made £250,000 in his first year. Absolutely amazing. He was actually really dedicated. He spent every day doing the business. One of my friends, Adam, who's actually sat behind me, he's done £90,000 in his Amazon FBA business, and he's just literally doing it as a side hustle, and he's getting his sisters to kind of just do the packing and the prepping and the sourcing for him. One of the other brothers recently, Azim, he started 2.5 months ago. He bought products for myself. He's done £5,000 in revenue already, and there's a multitude of reviews on anyone who's done the mentoring. All you have to do is click the link and go on Trustpilot, and you can see everyone who's left a review there. Correct, yeah, £997 is a one-off payment. Yes, one-off payment. Once you're in, you're in. Once you're in the community, you're in. It's never going to be this price again, I'll be honest with you. And yeah, it's a lifetime thing. I'm happy to help. I want you guys to succeed. I want you guys to make sales within 30 days. That's my goal. And if anyone isn't happy and doesn't make sales within 30 days, I'm happy to give you money back. Bear in mind, you have to follow the steps and you have to put the work in. This is not a free ride, right? You can't just join and say you're not going to do any work and say, oh, look, I didn't make any money. You have to follow the steps. You have to follow the program. You have to come on the weekly coaching calls. The community is forever, yes. How many months? I think Klarna splits in 3 payments. Are the products a wholesale product? Yeah, so all the products I sell to you as a wholesaler. So we're a company, we've been registered for over 3 years. We're VAT registered. We've got a trade counters. We're professional. So we can give you an invoice, everything you need. The cost of rent is £997. What happens from next month? Price goes up. Price will go up, and we will just limit the amount of people joining. The reason is because I want to keep this mentoring as exclusive as possible. I don't actually have a link for the mentoring on social media. I'm only doing this for the people on watching the YouTube on TikTok live today. So all the lessons are recorded on my website. It's broken down into modules. We've got module 1 to 5. The 1-to-1 is going to be troubleshooting and any questions you have. If you're really stuck, anyone who's already on the mentor program that's watching knows that I'm happy to jump on a call to quickly discuss or help you out.
Are the products wholesale or private label?
The products are wholesale. Yeah, so the mentoring primarily is focused on reselling, so arbitrage, wholesale. I will be adding more modules in the future, more tailored towards private label, but that's one of the reasons as well why the price is going to go up. We're going to be offering an A to Z basically on selling on Amazon, how to launch your own brand, how to do product research, how to use Helium 10, how to do keyword research. All this stuff will be included in the future. Is there an upload of the video? Yes, if anyone is subscribed to my mailing list, we'll get a link to watch the video. What is your YouTube? Tick fines. I'm at the end of the webinar, so what I'll do is just subscribe to the list and I'll send you a link to watch it later. Also, if you're mentor, what kind of sales will we get? If not, refund. This just depends how much investment you have. Some people start with small investment. Some people have a massive investment. I've had guys with like more than £10,000 to spend. So this just depends what you have. Obviously, I can't guarantee how much profit you're going to make, but I can guarantee that you'll get everything set up and you'll start to make sales and you learn the process within 30 days. How many calls per week? So we have one weekly coaching call. However, the one-to-one DMs, the tickets, they are 24/7. Can you go through VAs? Yeah, someone mentioned VA. So VA is basically short for virtual assistant. And what a virtual assistant does is basically the first time you're going to hire a VA is probably going to be for sourcing, because that's probably one of the most time-consuming part of the business. And he or she are going to help you 40 hours a week to source. This means if you're working or if you've got other commitments, you've actually got someone behind the scenes actually sourcing for you full time. That means you only need to spend a few hours a day actually looking at the products she's found you for the day, ordering them. Once they get delivered, just putting your label on them, sending it to Amazon. So virtual assistants are an absolute must if you want to scale. And I absolutely credit virtual assistants to my success. We've got 3 virtual assistants at the moment. £2-3. So it just depends how much you spend in your first month. Bear in mind, stuff takes around 8 weeks to see a return. So you're not going to get all that £2,000 back initially. That's why I say I can guarantee sales within 30 days, but how much profit you're going to make, I can't really guarantee. It's best to start with. I would recommend you start with online arbitrage and wholesale. Learn everything in there and then move on to private label when you've got a bit more experience. VA. So VA is going to cost you around £300 to £350 per month. Training and hiring a VA can be quite expensive. However, I am working on something where we can hire and train VAs in-house, but that will be for students only. Would 1K as a side hustle be viable to start with? I guess that's the absolute minimum I would start, right? However, if you keep reinvesting and you keep adding money in and you've got a source of income where you can kind of spend into products, it's absolutely going to help you out. I would say you need to be doing consistently around £500 to £1,000 profit per month before you look at a VA. This is typically going to be at the £10,000 sales mark. You make money for each other. Yeah, so my VAs are from the Philippines. What's the average ROI? That's a really good question. So the average ROI is going to be around 30% for arbitrage. When you do become more established and you find better strategies and you implement unique bundles, your ROIs are going to increase. So you probably go to around 50% ROIs once you start to implement these. How much does shipping cost me a month? That is a very good question. Let me have a look. Actually, I can have a look at that. Shipping to Amazon costs me, over the last 30 days, it's cost me £133. So I think that's 2 pallets and some boxes. You're welcome, Jacob. Thanks for joining. Where would you get the products from? You can buy the products from retailers, wholesalers, distributors, brands directly. What are the 3 things to screenshot for free stock? You only need to screenshot your, I don't know, your Seller Central account, I think, or maybe just a little screenshot of, maybe even if you just send me your company name, I can just search it up on Company's House or something. But yeah, anything. I don't really want crazy proof. Just message me and give me some sort of evidence that you've done it. Sadia, what? I can't see a question, by the way. I'm not sure what you're asking. Maybe it's getting filtered. How hard is it to be successful? People say it's not how it used to be. I don't know. Question. So look, Raf's in the DMs, right? In the chat, and he's saying, I started Amazon 6 months ago, and it's better than a 9 to 5. Absolutely amazing, Raf. Credit to you, man. Do you do this full time, Raf? What do you mean shipping by? Oh, so I'm talking about inbound costs from myself to Amazon has been about £130. Can you show some of your reviews? Oh yeah, of course. I can't even find it. Let's have a look. First pilot. Seller University. So yeah, Seller University, we've got all 5-star reviews. Adam, he's an £80,000 revenue. Sue's training, give him so much, brilliant. Nadeem, I helped Nadeem. He was already selling on Amazon. I helped him scale his business. So we implemented VAs into his business. We've got 2 VAs out at the moment. I think his last month was around £90,000 revenue. Absolutely smashing, Nadeem. Brilliant guy. He's actually come to the office as well. Azim, he's been selling for about 2.5 months now. He's done about £5,000 in revenue. Just read this, guys. Honestly believe that this FYP will change my life. Highly recommend this coaching service by Sue. I started in 2 months and also already seeing amazing returns, and it's only the beginning. Cool. Fahad just started Amazon, I believe, at the beginning of this month. He's always messaging me, asking me questions. But yeah, absolutely brilliant, Fahad. Keep it up. I believe he's in the chat as well. So someone's asking how many products I have in Amazon. I've got around 450 products in Amazon at the moment, active. Fast responses, always got an answer to any question. Yeah, so brilliant. Thanks, George. Mustafa, got Asad. But yeah, that's basically the reviews. There's also video reviews. So if anyone goes on the landing page, they'll be able to see some video reviews as well. Right, last 5 minutes. What do you think about TikTok Shop? You might as well hop on that. So yeah, Raf, I'm in the process of launching my private label item. And once that goes successfully on Amazon, we will be launching on TikTok Shop. Thanks, Puncho. What's the name of your storefront? I will not share the name of my storefront. Number of units were in hundreds. What was the question on there, Adam? How many products was that? We send around 4,000 products a month to Amazon at the moment.
So can you just explain how the process was getting products to yourself and then sending them to Amazon?
Yeah, so say for example you're buying something from Boots, you get the products ordered to deliver to your house or to your unit or your office, and then what you do is you prep these items. Typically, most of the stuff will just need a barcode on them, right? Some stuff like liquids may need a poly bag. Some stuff like glass jars may need some bubble wrap, but typically 90% of your products just need a barcode label on them. You're going to package all these into a box, and then you're going to go on the Amazon Seller Central website and you're going to create a shipment. It's called Send to Amazon. You tick everything you want to send to Amazon. You tell them how many units they are, and you go to the next page. And what Amazon do is, because they're partnered with UPS, they create a shipping label and an Amazon label for you. So all you have to do is stick these on the box. Go to the UPS website, arrange a collection. They'll collect the products from you. You don't even need to leave your house. And then it takes a week or so to kind of get your products checked into Amazon. And once they're available for sale, all you have to do is manage the pricing. Yeah, you have to box and label items. Our barcode printer from Seller Central. Yes, you'll need a label printer. Is the Leads group a part of the mentorship, or is it separate? So the Leads group is a separate service. There is a free trial for students, and I've extended the trial for like 3 months. So yeah, it is one of the to be honest, I don't offer the lead groups to anyone publicly. I only really give it to students only anyways. We only have a limited amount of people on the lead groups anyways. I believe there's only about 13 people on there. What's the YouTube name? It's Side Hustle Sue. I would say drop shipping is not better than Amazon just because of the high startup costs. Yeah, if you want to get ungated, you have to buy online. Yeah, correct. Right, guys. Any last questions? Because I'm gonna have to call it, because we have to clock out of here at 10 p.m. Anyone on TikTok? I'm gonna end it now anyways. I'm just gonna finish off on YouTube over here. Can I buy products off you to practice? Puncho, if you are a student, yes, you can do. Just drop me a DM. I'll send you the link. You're welcome, man. Appreciate everyone joining, especially on TikTok, because you can't actually see my screen and see what I was sharing. But yeah, thanks, Riz. Thanks everyone else on TikTok who joined. Anyone on TikTok who didn't manage to see the screen share, the link is in my bio. Just subscribe, your name and email address in the bio, and what I'll do, I'll send a recording to you. But yeah, thanks, Beanie. Thanks for joining. I think we had more viewers on TikTok than we did on YouTube, to be honest, which is pretty crazy. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks, Tick Fines. Thanks, Fahad. Okay, cool. Let's end it over there. Right. I don't. We need to prepare to leave, right? Okay. Any last questions on YouTube? Right. Let's get this over here so I can see better. Inshallah. Inshallah. I'd love to see you on.
So you just explained to TW Automotive how you joined the program.
So let me pick. Can I pin this? There you go. So the link to the landing page is pinned. Anyone who wants to have a chat to check out the mentorship, book a call. If anyone wants to join right away, there's a link to join there. There's payment options. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining. Okay, no. So only some brands will be gated, and what will happen is once you start to make sales on Amazon, once they start to trust you more, then what you'll find is you'll get automatically ungated.
So explain auto ungating. You hit the button.
Yeah. So what auto ungating is when when you saw the manual ungate button. Once you click that, Amazon will just accept it. So yeah. Thanks, Fatima, for joining. Assalamu alaikum. Thanks, Lucas. Appreciate coming. How does the tax work? Yeah, you'll have to speak to an accountant, to be honest. I am not a tax expert. Awesome Books, thanks for joining. Assalamu alaikum. Mobile accessories, too saturated in my opinion, Mohammed. Do you have an accountant? Yes, I do. We can get Ungated ourselves. Yes, you can. Like you showed. Yeah, absolutely. I just did a demonstration on how to get Ungated. Thank you. I mean, bro, thanks A for joining. Wa alaikum assalam. Right, I think we're going to end it there. Did the mic sort itself out later, or was it still?
It got better, but it was still a bit crappy.
I think I've not got the audio drivers, that's why. I may need to just mess about with the audio drivers. But yeah, assalamu alaikum. No, still Poppy, bro. Poppy? Oh, Poppy, like, oh, okay. But I've heard worse. Okay, fairs. Hey, this is my first one, so alhamdulillah, I made it. Appreciate that. Thanks, Fatima. Appreciate you for joining on your support. Thank you very much. Can you please put the link to join in the chat and able to copy the link? You should be able to just click on it from chat now.
So it's cellularuniversity.co.uk/landing.
Yeah, so yeah, if anyone wants to type it in, it's cellaruniversity.co.uk/landing. So www.cellaruniversity.co.uk/landing, and that should take you straight there. Yeah, so anyone who wants to join, this link is only active till the end of the month, right? And then we'll be changing things around. I won't be available during Ramadan as well, so February will be a quiet month for me. But yeah, everything you need to know is here. What we cover, what a Trustpilot. There's videos here, video testimonials. We've got some Q&A questions. Typically, what people ask. How much you need to invest? How much time do you need? How can I make profit? Does this actually work? And yeah, profit within 30 days or your money back. Simple. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. We'll be ending the stream now.